welcome to my channel, Corey's Cave, where I make all different kinds of content, but it's primarily focused on microgreens. And that's pretty much what you're going to find here. So if you're a fellow grower or you're interested in growing, I hope you follow along with my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoy this content, and also hit subscribe if you want to get more content. Now let's dive into it. So this video is all about packaging, not all different kinds of packaging, but some packaging that I recently have toyed around with. And it's actually took me a while to get this video going because I had a hard time getting this package. So the package that I'm going to be talking about is made by Placon, and it is a 3-compartment clamshell style package, and it's got a tamper evident thing on it that if you try to open it, you're probably going to break that, but it's not perfect. You probably could sneak around it. But anyways, I really want to try giving people an assortment. This is for retail sales. This isn't for like restaurant sales. And I've always wanted to try this. Something that had an assortment, different variety, and something that could be kind of somewhat low cost, but not really that low. And I actually looked around everywhere on the interwebs looking for a package like this. And this was the only thing I could find that was close to like what I was interested in. I wanted something that was like an ounce of one thing and maybe 2 half ounces of something else. And so I reached out to this company, Placon. I actually found them on Amazon, but to do a test, I didn't want to buy 200 of them and find out I didn't like it. So I reached out to them and I found out I could request samples. And they were generous enough to send me 50 samples. Unfortunately, FedEx, who I am not happy with lately, dropped the ball and claimed they delivered them when they never delivered them. At least not to me. I don't know where they went, but they didn't go to me. It was really weird. Like, they were supposed to be getting delivered on a Friday, and then when that didn't happen, they updated their tracking information to say it would be delivered on Saturday. That didn't happen, and then I checked late at night Saturday, and they still hadn't updated the delivery status, and then suddenly, Sunday morning, it updated to say it was delivered at 1 o'clock. It was never delivered, not to me. I don't know who might have got them, but enough of a rant about that. So, FedEx has really been weird lately. Like, the past 3 times they've been here, it's been different people in different rented vehicles. Like, when I finally got these, it was a Ryder truck. Penske truck showed up the other day. It's just been random, and I'm not sure what's going on with them. But anyways, so I had to order. I couldn't ask the company to send me another 50. That would just not be right. But I did let them know I never got them. But anyways, I went on Webstaurant and found that I could get 50 of them from there for like $14.49 or something like that. Unfortunately, their shipping is horrible. It was $20 to ship $14 or $14.50 worth of these. But I figured for a small sample, I'm tired of waiting around. I've been at this for a long time. I'll pay the money. Just give them to me. Of course, FedEx was the delivery agent again, and they missed the deadline by 1 day, and then they finally showed up last night at 7 o'clock at night in a Ryder truck and delivered them. But I got them, so I'm happy with that. But it was way too much money. I would not normally pay that. I'll have links to everything that I'm going to talk about in this video in the description if you want to check it out. But from Amazon, you can get these for, it's like $67.14, I think it was, for 200 of them. Works out to just under 34 cents each. Now that's probably enough of a rant about how I got the packaging. So anyways, if you know of a package like this, that's similar, that's better or equivalent or whatever, let me know, because like I said, I should really struggle to find one. Placon is made 100% in the United States, which I really liked that. Turns out a lot of these are. I didn't really realize that. I thought they were all made in China or something, but they're not. These are made in the United States. And so far, I've been happy with it. I would have wished it was a slight amount bigger. Just a little bit, but it's actually not bad. It worked out a lot better than I thought. The package that you are probably more familiar with if you've been watching this channel for very long is this Gen Pack 16-ounce clamshell. Now this is what I started with 4 or 5 years ago. I stuck with it all along. You can put 2 ounces of microgreens perfectly in this. It doesn't matter if it's pea shoots, sunflower shoots, or red garnet amaranth. It holds 2 ounces of weight perfectly in microgreens. So it's 16 ounces of fluid ounces is what it's designed to hold. They also make a 8-ounce one, which will hold 1 ounce of microgreens. And I've used that in the past, but not as much. I've used that more if it's a low yielding microgreen, like basil, amaranth, things like that. But I don't use it a ton, and I haven't had a lot of demand for it. I might try it again in retail and see how that goes. So for labels, I went with some matte clear labels this time around, which I've never tried before, but I wanted to really spruce up my branding a little bit and just kind of make things a little bit different. The labels I have been using in the past are these Avery shipping labels. They are 2 inches by 4 inches. And when I went with the matte clear ones, it's the same size, but just to give you an idea of what my labels typically look like. And so I got these. I ordered these also on Amazon. And these are the same size. There's only 25 sheets in here, so there's 250 actual labels in here. But they're pretty cheap. It's 7 cents a label. And if you buy it in a bigger quantity, the price gets lower and lower as you go. Now, because I wanted to be able to have different varieties and put whatever I want in each container, I didn't want to have to change the main label and have all different, variations of what I was going to have, because it could be as many as 60 to 90 different labels because of the way I could pair up all my different microgreens in one bin that has 3 different kinds. So what I did for that is I got these labels, which are 2/3 of an inch by 1 3/4 of an inch. 2/3 of an inch is a weird number that doesn't really exist in inches, but anyways. And there's 600 of these labels in here. This only has 10 sheets, but they each have 10 labels on them. And what I did with these is I put the microgreen variety on each one. See if I can grab one of those. So you can see what that looks like here. And I did that because you can see I broke it up into I didn't make each sheet one different kind. And that's because this is a trial run. I only have 10 sheets of these. So I didn't want to just make 10 different kinds of microgreens of, 60 each and not need them all. That brings me to another point, which is I originally put, and I'll put a picture up here in a second, the main label in the middle. And then around that, I put what the microgreen variety was. And to me, it started looking really messy, really cluttered, and I didn't like it. And so I moved on to putting the variety on the edge. And so my plan is, if they sell, and if they sell well, I will slowly figure out exactly what assortment people want in one package. And then I will make a new singular big label that just includes that information. And I will limit what I offer down to 3 to 5 varieties instead of right now I'm throwing whatever I want in there and just going with it. Now, total cost is what people are always really interested in. Probably not as much as they're interested in how much can you sell something for. Now, the reason that I really want to bring that up is that how much you sell something for does not matter unless you know how much it costs you to make it. You can't just ask me, what do you charge for something, and then think that that's what you should charge, because there's so many different variables. Are you growing 20 trays of something at a time and want to know how much to charge? Or are you growing 1 tray of something at a time and want to know how much to charge? What is your packaging like? How long does it take you to do it? What's the yield you're getting? Where are you buying your seeds? How much are you paying for them? All that matters. But with that being said, I'm going to give you a breakdown on what it costs me to package one of these. So the microgreen seeds per what's in here, the labeling, everything. I'll break that down for you right now. So, assuming that this was all China rose radish, which is a fairly inexpensive seed, probably is going to be a little bit lower on the price than what everything would be, but it's a good base. Let's just assume that this is all going to be radish. And you bought 5 pounds of it from True Leaf Market. 5 pounds of organic China rose radish is $55, right around that. Now, if you were planting at 38 grams per 1020 tray, and that 1020 tray yielded 14 ounces of microgreens, which is pretty typical for China rose radish. You're going to get 12 to 16 ounces. Let's go with 14 ounces. Assuming all those numbers, it's going to cost you 7 cents per ounce of production. And now I'm putting in this container 2 ounces worth of product. So whether that's a variety of stuff, amaranth, pea shoots, whatever. So that would be about 14 cents in seed cost to get the 2 ounces of microgreens to fill this package. Now to buffer that a little bit, because radish is a cheaper seed, yields really well and everything, we're going to bump that up to 20 cents. So let's say it costs 20 cents of seed to make this package. And if you want to check that out, I have a calculator online that actually you can put in how much you paid for your seed, how much seed you bought, what the unit was it a pound, and how many pounds you bought, how much you paid. And that calculator tells you how much it's going to cost you in seed per ounce if you get the yields that I get. And that's microgreensmaster.com, and I'll put that link in the description. And that website's going through a major renovation right now, so it will change pretty soon. So we got 20 cents worth of seeds into this. The package itself is actually more money than the seeds. So the package is 34 cents. The big label is 7 cents, and each little label is 2 cents. And so if my math is correct, which is probably not, we end up with just about 77 cents for each package. Now that's just, with the amount of labels I bought, the bulk of seed, all that, that's just a baseline. So, you could probably drive that down to 50 cents. And if you bought very few of stuff, you could probably bump that up to $1. In this case, it's 77 cents. Now what I'm doing is I'm bringing them to retail, one particular store that I deal with quite a bit, and I'm selling them to the retailer at $3.50. They are reselling it for $5. And so they make $1.50 off the top of my product, and I make $2.73. Now I started at that price because it's hard to raise your prices. Like if they're not selling, then maybe I'm charging too much, or if they do sell a lot, I'm happy with that the amount that I'm at. I don't need to make more than that. But I want to give myself a little bit of room to pull back if I have to. Or maybe this isn't the way somebody wants their product, period. It might not work at all. But either way, what I'm making off each of these is $2.73. That's minus the cost of the soil, which is pennies. That's minus the cost of lighting, which is again pennies, and minus the most expensive cost at all, which is my labor. I don't know how much time it's taken me to make each package, from planting the seeds, watering them, unstacking them, taking care of them, harvesting them, packaging them, putting the labels on, driving them to where they have to go. I haven't gotten into what the cost of that is yet. But I do know if you take the labor out, that they're fairly profitable at the amount of money I'm charging right now. Now to start with, what I did is, you could see in the photo, is that this one section is slightly bigger than the other two sections, but not by much. Is I put in each package, I did pea shoots in this part, this side part, And then I did 2 different things on the rest. So some of them I did amaranth, and other ones are cabbage, kohlrabi, arugula, and red Russian kale. So that's what I started with so far, and we'll see how that goes. We'll see how it does in the store. With that, that's about all there is to explain about this packaging that I'm using right now. I really hope that you found this educational. I know I tend to ramble a bit and talk about a lot, but I only make videos if I think they're going to be educational. It's rare that I ever make a video and just talk about something I don't think is going to benefit anybody. I don't know if I've ever made a video like that, but it's not really what I do. So if you enjoy this kind of content, please subscribe. Give me that thumbs up if you liked it. And I'll see you on the next one. And I hope to come back and provide an update on just how this packaging has done in retail. Thanks for watching.